you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Go. Hey, it's Will.
This is Thomas.
And we are back again. New night, same time. Whenever we get our old butts in front of the cameras.
Is that what it is?
Around 8:30 or so, I guess. So we're gonna be on Friday nights for now. Nice little change up. And we're back with part 3 of Daredevil Born Again. Before the Mouse of House destroys the story.
It's going to, dude. I read this again today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, there's so much here. It's crazy.
And then I saw an announcement. Disney and Marvel have announced that they're going to cancel plans for Captain Marvel 3. Who the hell asked for Captain Marvel 2? Nobody.
It's like the gift. It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
It's like, what's the next announcement? Sony announces Madam Web 2.
Please, Jesus, no.
They'll be in costume for 35 seconds longer this time.
I have not seen any of the recent superhero movies. Any. None. Zero. Zilch. Not even Guardians 3. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I saw Guardians 3. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to Deadpool 3.
Oh, yeah.
But that's outside of that, all the superhero movies right now, just like, it's a snore fest. It's terrible.
A thing came out, I think either last week or the week before. I saw it real quick that they've confirmed that Superman, Henry Cavill, will be playing one of the versions of Wolverine in Deadpool 3.
No, I haven't seen that.
Which would just be hilarious.
Yeah, because if Henry Cavill plays Wolverine, he's actually going to play like 2 Wolverines. He's big enough to be 2 of them.
Yeah, maybe he'll be like the Weapon X version from
Marvel Comics Presents.
Age of Apocalypse.
Oh, that one where he's missing the damn hand.
Or maybe they'll have him like that, but they'll find out after a quick fight that it's actually not Wolverine, that it's Cyber.
Oh, or Sabretooth.
No, he doesn't have the hair for that. He's got the Wolvie hair.
He's got to have the Wolvie hair.
Yeah. So, there's no pre-show tonight. Neither of us have anything to show off right now.
Oh, I got some stuff.
Oh, do you? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Alan says, "Hi guys, how you doing, Alan?"
Hi.
And on with the pre-show. It's just that I will not be participating.
Yeah, I actually picked up this. I got number 624 out of 3,000. I got this sweet ass Dr. Doom statue back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got him. Yeah, I didn't get a whole lot. I got him and went to the comic book shop. I did get some of these come in the mail. I bought some of them at the comic book shop. I got a sweet ass. We need to read this one. Justice League America 148.
Oh, with the Legion. Yes, we do.
Yes. I mean, everybody. It's nice. We need to read these two because I love this character.
Demon, yes.
Yes, I love the Witch Boy. I got 14. I got number 12. They're all pretty nice. And I got a 5.
I'm gonna rock.
And then I got this because it was there. Number 13, Marvel Spotlight. Son of Satan.
Nice.
And the other thing we were talking, it's actually going to be here in a minute when you do your Fundar comic book, a discussion, something of it. I did manage to pick up the new Savage Sword of Conan. And then the only other thing I got, I bought this. Okay, I bought it because of all of the issues of this series. The issue that the cover is from is number 7. I want one, but I want a really, really nice cover because the black covers always look so terrible. But this is probably my favorite cover from the original Eerie run. And of course, it's by Frank Frazetta. This is the Sea Witch.
Nice.
And this is the Dark Horse number 4 in this volume. So this has got issue 16 to 22 of the Eerie. And I think I've showed you before there.
Oh, yeah.
Large format. But I mean, dude, issue 7 has just such a good cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's all I got. It wasn't a whole lot, but something cool to look at. I really want to read the Savage Sword. They did it in the like black and white style, just like the old magazine.
Yeah.
So it's even got newsprint pages.
Oh, nice.
They went old school. I guess that's what kept the price down. So because it was like $6.99 or something. Yeah, $6.99 for a freaking magazine.
Not bad though.
No, dude.
Is that the Titan stuff?
Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah, that's the Titan. They so now they're publishing the regular Conan comic and they're publishing Savage Sword Conan. And like I said, Savage Sword is magazine size, just like it used to be, in newsprint.
And
all black and white.
The comic is it Jim Zub that's writing that stuff now?
Yes, Zub is still writing the comic.
Yeah. So that's like the comic's on like issue 12. I saw a post of him promoting it today. So
yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah, it's going to be the new issue. They did the last story I read, because I'm like 1 or 2 issues behind, was the not Sea Witch, but Queen of the Black Coast.
Oh, cool.
With Billette. I know there were people online fussing about. I saw this, and of course I don't have an image of it now. You can look it up, but it was issue 6 or 7, and all of them do variant covers and all this. That's the whole part of comics now. And you can get whoever, pick your favorite color. Braithwaite did a cover. The artist did a cover. They did a Buscema cover, I guess. But Jay Lee did a comic cover with Billette, and some people were online really fussing. They said Conan looked too thin. He looked effeminate. The whole 9 yards. They're just going on and on and on. And I wanted to go, this is the way Jay Lee draws. He's a great artist. This looks good. He's not as ripped as normal, but it still doesn't make him effeminate and for people just to have a freaking cow over it. I just don't get it. It's a damn Conan comic book, people. Read it and go on. You have other stuff in your life that's a lot more depressing than you to have a damn cow or an aneurysm online about how Jay Lee drew Conan. As far as I was concerned, it was good. I bought the damn cover they were bitching about. Enough of my old man rant.
Is that cover like there's a rock and then there's Billette standing on top of the rock and Conan underneath her?
He's like underneath her, yeah.
Oh, I think I found it.
It's not that bad. No, I didn't.
It's kind of hot.
It's kind of hot. There you go.
Oh.
So I mean, what are you bitching about? I just
and I'm not a big Jay Lee fan because I'm just not.
Read.
I'm like, is he a good artist? Yeah, he's a good artist. I go, but it's not my jam usually.
Yeah,
but
and I understand. I mean, some of the stuff he does I don't like, but I mean, he's not terrible, not by any means.
But this, whoops, damn it!
Didn't you tell me?
You're supposed to share the screen.
We need to read. We need to read Fantastic Four 4 with him. I think it was Hickman wrote it and Lee did the art in it. Jay Lee, and it was damn good. Yes, that's it.
That's friggin' awesome.
And that's what they were bitching about. They're like, oh, he doesn't look manly enough. He looks effeminate and all this other shit. And I'm like, what in the hell?
Hell, good stuff. Can't stay long. Wanted to stop by and say hi. Hit that like button and say boobs.
Boobs. Damn it.
And right at the perfect time because Ballette's up there with side boob at least.
But it's good art. I mean, and they were just talking about the whole way it was set up and everything else. And I didn't understand it. There were, I don't know, four different versions of it.
Yeah. What I think is cool about there he goes. Side boob.
Yeah.
What I think is cool about this cover is the way he did it. It makes it look like it was a sketch cover that you would have had done by him, like at a convention or something.
Yeah, they did there's a color version and then there's the lining version, which is this one, but it's the same color. I mean, the other one's just got color in it. But I mean, that's the thing too that kills me. I've been reading. I mean, God, anybody that's listened to the podcast over the last 3 years know I've been reading Conan forever.
Yeah.
This is the way he was with her, dude. He was broken when she passes. And I mean, what in the hell, people? Read the stuff. But yes, I bought this cover. I thought it was damn good.
Yeah. I think it's good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it says it's cover number 6F. It's listed as on eBay.
Yeah, so that's the. Yeah,
it also says it's his last one. It's this seller's like last copy of it.
Oh.
You can buy it now for $2.50, but it'll cost you just about $7 to get it shipped.
Yeah, which is normal for a comic online now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new Conan series has been really good. I've enjoyed it a lot. I did see I think I sent it to you, the little cartoon. It's like Conan only has like 6 or 7 storylines, kind of like Garfield, but you still like it. What is it? It had a picture of Conan like killing somebody screaming, "I hate Mondays."
Yeah. That was a good song though. I hate Mondays.
I hate Mondays.
There's actually somebody up there that has Savage Sword Volume 1 single issues, like various issues from 1974 to 1995, listed from $4 to $30 each.
Yep.
And I'm like, nope, I'm broke.
You're broke.
And I'm glad I'm broke. I'd be like, I haven't used Feebay in a long time, and I haven't used PayPal in even less time. So
yeah, well, I still peruse the eBay periodically. I haven't bought any comics off eBay in a while.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of friends, kind of like you do, that are comic dealers. That's where I got the Son of Satan and the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
He messaged me and asked me if I was interested in them. And I said, yeah, how about those 4? He's like, $32, all 4 shipped. I'm like, okay, here, take the $32.
Send them out.
Yes.
So maybe next week I'll definitely have stuff in the show next week. So I'm getting a box from you.
Yeah, you better.
And then I should probably have my Water Wars 2025 should be in the 2 trades and all the special stuff they'll send with it. So
Cool.
we'll see. So let's get into part 3 of Born Again.
All right. There we go. And it starts off with the cover we talked about.
Poor Ben.
Okay, you read it back when we first started doing this, and that was, I've had a lot go on. You know, I changed jobs and some other stuff.
Yeah,
so it's
like
been
a month and a half ago.
Yeah, a month and a half ago when you read it. I read it today. So we don't know when the hell this happens, but you remember his hand's been healed for a while. He still just got it in the damn cast, so he can't type.
He don't want to take it. He's afraid to touch the typewriter.
Yes, he doesn't want to take the cast off his hand. Oh God. So yeah, Daredevil Born Again 230. There's our man Ben, great supporting character, and then you can see the shadow of Daredevil over him. And of course it starts. We got 2 people here. If as you read the story, you go along. There's one who's kind of talking, thinking, you know, how Matt can't die, and then the other one is Matt, and he's like, it's a dream. You know, I dreamed that everybody hated me. No, it's just the Kingpin. And then he fought Santa Claus. No, it's just Turk. And then he does die. He even sees a little white light. It's not a dream, but he does come back. And then we see him there at the church in the mission with Sister Maggie over him. And she, she's, praise God, he's still alive. Do what?
Maggie Murdoch.
Oh my God, yeah. The thing is too is some of the symbolism. It's just as an adult reading this again, I missed it when I was little. I mean, there's Murdoch, or not Murdoch, but Daredevil in the in like Christ pose. Then they even have later on they have the traditional the triangle. Normally they'd be like an angel above it, and it's just amazing. See this kind of stuff when you're older and it starts to all click. Yeah, he's in the convent, and of course the story does pan to our other main players. We've got Miss Karen, who's finally made it back to America, and she's with what's his name, her drug dealer, the pimp guy that's going to get her to America. And she's just, I just got to feel better, get to New York, get to Matt, he can save me. And then the Kingpin, who is just freaking dude, like freaking out because they did not find the body in the taxi. And he knows Murdoch is alive, but he's like, where is he? So he's actually like working out. And the fact is they never show him like this in some other comics. I mean, every now and then in Spider-Man, he'll be like this, but they don't show him like this. I mean, he's freaking decimating these guys.
Just black belts.
Black belts.
Like a dozen of them.
Yeah, and he beats their ass. And of course, as the story finally goes on, I did like the narration part from Uric. Because it changes over. Until he gets involved in the last issue, the narration isn't there. And then now he starts to tell the story and put everything together. This is cool too. Foggy finally finds a damn job. And of course, what's her name goes with him? Helen.
Yeah.
Heather. Is it Heather? No, it's not Heather. It's somebody else. I'll remember her name in a minute. But yeah, she goes with him to sign the job. And he actually says his Glory. Yeah, Glory. He says he didn't realize how much money he was going to be making. He thought it was a joke. And it's whoever's paying him is paying him, the firm is paying him more than what both him and Matt made together. And they're lawyers working in New York. Even like public defenders, they were making bank. I mean, they had to be making bank. Damn, Matt owned a freaking brownstone until the Kingpin blew it up.
Yep.
And of course, now we get to our man Uric, who is narrating this here. The police show up, and we discover his hands broke. The nurse broke all of his fingers in his one hand, and she beat Manoli damn near to death. Matter of fact, they think he's going to die. they carry him off. Do what?
Yeah, and he is.
He is. Not yet. But they think he's going to die now.
Give it a couple of pages.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to have that dramatic pause for effect.
The dramatic.
Like 6 or 7 pages.
Yeah.
He died. We can't check if your story's real, Ben.
Yeah. But the thing that's so cool is how they do it. And the thing with this too is, as Miller was writing it, he develops the characters so much more than I remember. I mean, even this, you got Daredevil who's, he's waking up and he's remembering, how he got his powers. But then this whole part with Karen Page, and she gets to New York and she talks about everybody else thinks it's the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, the Empire State Building. None of those really mean New York to her. The only thing that means New York to her is Penn Station, because that's where she first arrived when she got there from England. And that's where she met Matt. And, that's New York. And of course, she played Paulo's his name here. So she pays Paulo. She slept with him the whole trip for him to get her up here. And she gives him a goodbye kiss. She's like, I paid him in full. And she gives him the long kiss. She's a pro about it because she's been in movies. She's had plenty of practice. And he decides, no, I'm not done with you yet. And that's where it ends. So now, back to Kingpin, who has killed all these guys. Dude. So here he goes. He tells Wesley, locate Nuke. Nuke, boss, you're not serious. Please tell me you're not serious. Nobody's ever used him on a domestic job. I did not invite debate. You remember everybody likes Wesley? No. He is pissed.
Apparently Wilson doesn't even like himself.
Yeah. That right there was so cool. The center where he just, that's it. This whole issue, even though Daredevil's in it, he really doesn't see any action. And this is the Uric part of the story. That may be the thing that changes, because it changes perspective. So if you remember, and there's some great scenes in here, like in, it's just, Uric is so good in it, like in, what is it, Daredevil, I think it's 181, where Elektra kills the informant that he's going to talk to in the movie theater. And Uric sitting there next to him. That's the same kind of feeling I got from here. And granted, it's the same writer, different artist, same writer. But, yeah. Uric's actually still talking about, he can't even tell his wife what the hell happened. And she's like, oh, God, they'll kill you. And he just keeps telling her, don't even think his name. Don't even say it. He's hoping if it gets out of his head that he'll forget it. And finally, Daredevil wakes up. But because he's in such a weakened state, all of the smells attack him. And it's really driving him crazy. So he tries to kind of feel outwards if he can. And he discovers that he's still in Hell's Kitchen at the church. I do love the art. Mazzucchelli's so good. The whole, it's almost like a movie series, cameras. You can see it as it pulls out.
Yeah.
Have you ever been, well, I know you have. God, you were in the hospital. He's been sick, been laying down for so long, he can't even stand up. He's weak.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, dude. And then Maggie comes to him, you idiot. You're not going anywhere. You're staying here. She puts his ass back in the bed. And, of course, Karen, our man, or our lady Karen here, she starts calling around trying to find Matt and Foggy. Yeah. She's been beat to hell, yeah. She calls Foggy's ex-wife. Oh, my God. Which they got divorced like 20 issues before this.
Mm-hmm.
She calls Foggy's ex-wife. And, no, they're divorced. But the ex-wife actually has his current phone number. So she calls and gets a hold of him and asks, hey, can we meet somewhere, for old times? And she tells him where she's at. And he's like, wow. He says, I'd love to see you. He says, that's a rough part of town. Are you sure? Yeah, sure, for old time's sakes. So he knows it's terrible. But he heads off to see her. And then now we're back to Uric, who's trying to defend himself in front of J. Jonah Jameson. The art here is stellar.
Yeah.
The fact that the shades are casting that light, and just reading it, like I said, the big thing, rereading them, you just start to see more. Jonah tells him, he says, hey, look, I don't know how many times I've had a damn reporter that has threatened to, quit and go after me and everything else if I didn't give him a story. And then he turns his back on it. And Jonah, for everything he is, he really does believe in the freedom of the press and the power of the newspaper and everything else. And he even tells him, he says, you've got your, the most powerful weapon in the world. 5 million readers worth of power. It can depose mayors, destroy presidents. It's been due to get aimed at the kingpin for years, but it needs you to do it. And, he points the damn paper at Uric. He doesn't realize that the kingpin's already had his hand broken. And Uric looks away. And he tells him, he says, you're lucky I don't fire you. Get out of my office. And then when he leaves, the janitor outside tells him, he says, you stay good, boy. You remember the kingpin's watching. You remember you got 5 other fingers. Damn. Yeah. Of course, now, Matt's just sick throughout most of this whole issue. And then, Karen and Paulo get into it. They get the hell beat out of them. Or he beats the hell out of her. She's going to go see a friend. You're mine now. And while all that's going on in the newsroom of the Daily Bugle, you got Robbie screaming at Uric as why he's been put on a puff piece. And he's actually writing a puff piece about, Jimmy Carter. Yeah, I'll tell you the problem. An ex-president does carpentry work at a welfare project and says all the usual stuff, not a major literary challenge, but Uric here can't even get it written. Who put him on a crime reporter like that? Who put our top crime reporter on a piece like that? And then he gets the phone, and it's Manoli. And he's like, I'm ready to give you my story. And Uric's listening to it, and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm busy. He says, I don't think you heard me. I need to tell you how the kingpin framed Murdoch, while everybody else is screaming around him. Even this lady, who I don't know who it is screaming about the copy boy. Did he die? I get it. So Manoli realizes Uric's not wanting to talk to him about it while they're still arguing. Get off the phone, Ben. But he can't hang up. And then the nurse comes in. My employer would like you to hear this, Mr. Urick. And you see his eyes get big. She puts the phone down on the pillow and starts choking.
Listen to this, Ben.
Yes. And you can see as it's happening, he's sitting there, even his tongue is sticking out in the second panel.
Yeah.
As he just chokes. You need to get this. Hostage story, they're screaming. And finally, Manoli dies. Manoli dies. And she picks it back up. I thank you for listening, Mr. Urick. And she hangs up the phone.
And Ben thinks that was the worst phone sex I've ever had.
Damn it. I need my money back. I need my $2.
I want my $2.
Yes. Yeah. Finally, Matt starting to come back around after he's been sick, this whole issue. Because remember, last time his ribs were broke, the nurses have actually reset his ribs. They've bandaged him up. They're trying to get him back. And he says, I got my powers. I lived through utter agony on it. He says, there was a lady who came to me with words of hope. She never told me who she was, and she wore a gold cross, and it touched my fingers, and I never forgot it. It's this cross. So he knows this is the woman that come to see him when he was younger. Who could love me so much and stay away so long? Who are you, Maggie? We know now.
Mother.
Yep. Of course, there's Foggy. His eyes are so big. You look good, Karen. You really don't look like shit. You look great. You don't look like a junkie.
Karen, you look like crack and a lot of bad decisions. What happened?
Yeah. To think, back in issue 2 and 3, maybe it's issue 4, I was in love with you. Not anymore. You really look like crap. Of course, as the story keeps going, now the Kingpin is like, it's taken days just to get a hold of Nuke. So he's in South America doing something. Doesn't necessarily know what it is. And he's like, we got to get him converted to come over and do this. And then he thinks about a general that he's got on the payroll. The other thing I thought was really good about the bottom image is you can see how he drew him, and it's almost like the negative image that everybody talks about with the negative image covers.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even put any arms or anything in there. You know where everything is at because of the way he drew it. But it's just a big mass on the page to show how big Kingpin is.
And the rest of us are just glad that he's not in his,
his purple underwear again.
Yeah, his Japanese wrestling gear.
Damn it.
The big giant man baby diaper.
Good God. Yeah, Murdoch must be drawn out of hiding, perhaps a threat to his loved ones. No, that's too obvious. A small shred of himself that he still owes is to fail with him. The crime lord summons. This part was a little weird. The crime lord summons a man who specializes in psychotics, and always offers an excellent selection. And at first I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. And then a couple pages later, you realize he's at an insane asylum. He's talking to a doctor at an insane asylum. Of course, yeah. Here's Manoli. These things, getting choked again. And Urick's at the doctor. I've spoken with your doctor. He says the bandage was supposed to come off yesterday. I want you to take a few days off. This is the number of a psychiatrist. So I'm like, oh my God. He's so beat up and so upset he can't write or do anything. And there's Foggy lying to Karen again at the bottom of the page. Oh, you look great. No, not really.
See, back in issue 4, he would have told her that and meant it. But also would have loved it if he could have gotten a little Karen loving. And now he's like, mm-mm.
It's like she's got stuff like Samsonite. You get that and you never get rid of it.
Yep. You catch that, you keep it for life.
What happened? I thought you'd never ask. Of course, he's been beat the hell up. And finally, he does tell her, or she tells him. He gets the nerve, I'm a junkie. I thought, I'd find Matt or I'd be murdered. And she tells him about Paulo. And of course, Foggy does the same Foggy stuff. Oh my God. I'd like to get my hands on that dirty rat. No, you don't, Foggy. You'd pull your pants. He'd kill you. He would literally kill you, Foggy. But he does tell her, he says, no, well, come on back to my place. The law firm's been destroyed. We'll get you, get taken care of you. And she keeps trying to tell him, she caused it. But she doesn't know that he knows that Daredevil is actually Matt Murdock or Matt Murdock's Daredevil. And she never spills the beans to him that she knows. But he does tell her, he says, I won't take no for an answer. He says, Karen, you and me, we're family, Matt's family. And they hug. And of course, as they hug, you can see all the drug dealers and pimps and everything else in the background. Just look at them. There's that.
They might not be in the greatest pub. Yeah, there's the triangle.
The triangle I was talking about, yeah. The fever grows in him. No earthly force can stop it. He will die. But she says, but he is a good man. His soul is troubled, but is a good man's soul, my Lord. He needs only to be shown the way. Then he will rise as your own and bring light to this poisoned city. He will bring a spear of lightning into thy hand, my Lord. If I'm to be punished for sins past, then so be it. There's the sin she was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still love that. Thank you for listening, Mr. Urich. Of course, he finally gets the courage to take the damn cast off toward the end of the issue and think about Daredevil. And as he's doing that, kind of coming to grips with what the hell's going on in his life and everything he's been put through, we find out that the Kingpin's men have come to see Melvin Potter, and they want him to make a exact Daredevil costume replica.
And this is the tie-in to the prequel issue.
Yes.
That we covered in the very beginning. That was Miller and Maz's first issue together on Daredevil, but tie a bunch of the stuff from there ties in, and then we have the reemergence of Melvin.
And the thing is, too, is they threaten Melvin right here. If you don't make the costume, we're going to blow your costume shop up. We'll kill Betsy, which from the tie-in, the first issue, we know that, hell, he just went through absolute dog crap to save Betsy like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Ever since, so the fever's finally broken, he's talking, and then he asked her, he said, or Maggie asked him, he says, are you hungry? He says, no, not yet, but I will be, thanks to you. And he says it's the same scent that he smelled years ago. He says it's a pleasant scent, so much like my own. Give your thanks to the Lord. Maggie, are you my mother? And she just tells him, of course not, child. But he says a heartbeat can tell you a lot. Hers just jumped. She's lying. So for whatever reason,
Mother Murdock, for whatever reason, she's in hiding.
Yes.
So something happened that we still don't know about to this day.
No, have no clue why she left his dad.
And some things are better off unsaid because modern Marvel would just screw this up.
We don't need to know.
We don't need to. It happened. It's gone.
that's it. She can be a recurring character. You can bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
But unless you have, I don't want to sound terrible, a damn balls to the wall, you know why she left. I do not need to know it. It's like the freaking Phantom Stranger's origin. I don't need to damn know it, people. All I need to know is he's the Phantom Stranger. These are his possible origins. That's it. I don't need any of the other junk.
You're still angry about the new 52 Phantom Stranger run.
Oh my God, Jesus! Why'd you bring it up? I gotta give you a nerve pill now.
You did. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll go get your Valium.
You go give me a Valium. Yes, man, that made me mad. But 231. I do like how the corner boxes change in each issue.
Yeah.
As the issues, the main characters in the issues is kind of like the corner box changes with them. Saved Daredevil 231.
Remember when corner box art used to mean so much?
Well, it did. I mean, it told you either who the character was in the story, kind of what was going on, and sometimes they would play cool stuff with it. Like, remember the Avengers? The corner box art would always have the heads in it.
Yep.
And it would show you, who's in this issue. Okay, cool. These are the 5 people in this issue. That's great. I know the superheroes.
Yeah, Avengers did it. X-Men did it. FF would do it a bunch of times.
Remember the Hulk corner box run where I think it was during Burns' run on the Hulk when the corner box would change, and it's like as the Hulk he became
the transformation
smart,
changes.
The transformation changed every issue.
Yeah.
See, and I don't even think they have corner box art anymore.
Nope.
Oh. I don't want to sound terrible. You did put the not safe for work thing up there, right?
Yeah. Fap. No fapping.
That's what I thought when I flipped over there. Like, oh my God, I don't remember anybody jacking off in Born Again.
Foggy!
It was him. He was thinking about Karen from issue 4.
Get to get it out of his system before he went home to glory.
That's what it is. But yeah, that's actually Matt Murdock at the punching bag. And then, of course, now we've got the crime lords all having their come together, sit down. Simply, gentlemen, crime is on the rise. So are profits. One moment, Mr. Fisk. There's nobody in this room who would question your authority or your judgment. Nonetheless, certain allocations of personal funds have come to the attention of the board as well. There's been a lot of talk about Matt Murdock. An occasional vendetta brings personal touch to the business. It's good for building enthusiasm. But like I said, there's been a lot of talk. And, well, you know how important worker confidence is. We were just asking you to explain. Mr. Switzer, this is a check for the current market value of your shares in the conglomerate. Take it or your family dies. You're all dismissed. Yeah. Just like with Wesley, he didn't invite, discussion. And of course, there's Wesley. Mr. Switzer has a weekend in Colorado planned. He skis. Compound fracture. Both legs. Okay. So I'm going to take my money, have my broken legs, and then I'm going to retire overseas somewhere afterwards when I recover and can walk again. Oh, damn it. And of course, he finally breaks the damn bag down and it's saved. Uric is still narrating the story here, but now that he's gotten the cast off, he's gotten enough courage up to actually start writing the story in it. So he goes to the police. He does tell the police how Manoli was killed and that the Kingpin had him turn on Murdoch. And he says he doesn't know why. He never tells them, the police, that Murdoch is Daredevil. So he keeps that to himself. And he thinks about it. But once he gets the police convinced, now they start looking into it, and he splashes it all over the damn front page of the Bugle. Cop strangled in hospital bed. And of course, there we see, the Kingpin of Crime, a 6-part series by Ben Urich. It's nice that he does 6 parts, just like Born Again. It's 6 parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't tell them all that. I do say is enough to convince them to graft a 6-foot Swede to my hip. I wish I could tell you I feel safer with Officer Hedgers, but it's not like having a long mat. Nothing is. Knowing you're alive would help. The Kingpin robbed you of your career, your home, and everything you had. All is while you were teetering on the edge of a nervous breakdown. And see, that's the whole thing, too. It goes back to the prequel. That's when we really picked up, because he was having a damn meltdown. Everybody has betrayed him. Yeah. I do love the nurse though in here. She's a freaking, she is a wild card. She's gonna get sent out to Arizona. She's like, I did everything he asked me. Why am I being relocated to Arizona? He says, I assure you that displacement is temporary. Your sudden acquisition of guts is cause for the organization-wide concern. If Urich's the problem, let me handle it. Says, not to be considered. As per direct command from, and of course her name's Lois, she just runs the hell out and goes straight to Urich's house while he's actually eating.
It doesn't look like she runs anywhere.
Well, storms out.
Yeah, okay.
Damn it. Yeah, storms out. While he's actually, Urich's eating, and of course Matt's behind him, but he doesn't recognize him because he looks like a damn wino. He's got the beard and everything. What's funny here is she's on the phone with Urich, and his wife is. He says, I don't care what the man said. He's our guest, and, it won't take me a minute to fix the bed. So she's super nice. Somebody knocks at the door, and it's the nurse. And Mrs. Urich, it's your husband. It's very bad. Why does she open the door? I understand he does say she's trusting. She's from Ohio, I think it was. But the thing is you're on the phone with your husband right now. You just hung up with him. Nothing happened within the 2 seconds it took to hang up and pick up the door, because he even says, somebody's at the door, honey. I'll see you soon. And then the lady's like, oh, it's your husband. Of course, but she does open the door. And when Urich arrives home with his trusted companion here, his bodyguard, he's not very good. Lois beats the living hell out of both of them. She clobbers Urich, takes the gun away from him, is going to kill him. And of course, Urich hears his wife gurgling in the next room. She's hung her ass from the shower head.
Apparently her maiden name isn't Epstein.
It's an Epstein, damn it. And he can't get the damn knot undone. This is the layup here, or the layout here is so good because it reminds me of a movie, because he's trying to do that while the fight's going on in the next room. Then you just see, it's Matt come in and hit her, and he's fumbling in the sink for a straight razor. Of course, this is the 80s. I don't know how many people still used a straight razor in the 80s, but maybe old school people like Urich did. And he uses the straight razor to actually cut the damn necktie or whatever he is she's used to hang him up. And Murdoch freaking breaks her damn jaw, Lois's jaw, in the next room. And he's just like, in my own home. Urich is so upset that they did. The Kingpin come into his house to kill his wife.
Yep.
I stand there for a full minute holding the razor with no idea how to use it before I notice the handcuffs and her broken jaw. It sinks in. Matt, you're alive.
in a dead Swede.
Yep. And then this is cool. He thinks that the damn phone just rings at the same time. He picks it up. It's Melvin. And he starts telling them what's going on. He says, they want me to make, a Daredevil costume, and I need to talk to somebody. It's the Kingpin. They say they're going to kill Betsy and me. It's about Daredevil. And of course, he's like, I can't talk tonight, maybe tomorrow, but it has to be tonight. It's a matter of life and death. And Uric hangs up the phone on Melvin while he's still talking because he's got to go see about his wife, who, he just can't get over.
Which is more than understandable, but Matt hears the entire thing.
Yes, because he hangs around in the hallway. And of course, when he hears it, Matt just takes off. This one has a thing for families. I'm afraid I can't give you an exact body count. His lawyer got his record sealed, but it's respectable. Goes for knives mostly, but I'm sure he could be talked into using a club. I should warn you, he's unpredictable. He will arrange for his release. So this is the psychotics he was talking about earlier in the issue. And he does look like he's a little crazy.
Nuke, you might also know him as Cobra Commander.
Cobra Commander, damn it. Of course, Melvin's still trying to call around and, see what the hell to do. And he's like, I don't know. Skip all that. I just don't know what I should do. I don't even know why I'm speaking to you. Goodbye, Betsy. And then from the back, it's like, Melvin, make the costume. No one will be hurt. And Melvin, who's worked with Daredevil forever, since issue 18, goes,
who's that voice?
Yep, there's your voice. I know who it is. So he's going to do it. While Karen is hugging the porcelain throne. Because she's got, was it the DTs? She's coming down. and Foggy's like, oh my God, she hasn't eaten. There's nothing in there. And she's still vomiting. And she's thinking, all I need's a fix. She looks like hell. And then there's Paulo. He's followed him. He followed him when he left the house.
Yep.
He'd kill me. If he said he'd kill me if I ran out on him. He's crazy. He'll kill us both. I'll call the police. And of course now our psychiatrist and the psychopath have the costume. He says, and he gives him the instructions. Hey, you're going to go to this building. You're going to go to the top, and you're going to go down. You're going to go to room 5B and kill everybody in the room. That's what he's telling him in the car. While the police, who Foggy just called to come pick up Paulo, show up, and they're like, hold it right there. Raise your hands. And, of course, he just opens fire on them.
With his little sawed-off shotgun from inside of his trench coat.
Yep. And then he's got a revolver as well. He even shoots at Foggy and them in the damn window. There's been some action, boss. Freak with a shotgun, ace 2 cops. Page is still up there. We move in, stay where you are. If Page or Nelson tries to leave the building, kill them. Do it quickly. There will be more police. And he says, police, I need not arrange for news coverage as I had planned. Daredevil will be spotted. And Matt Murdock will find his alter ego charged with the murder of his former partner and best friend. Still, the timing is delicate. My rented psychopath will have to move swiftly.
And does he ever? When we get
oh
to
my
that.
God, dude! Yeah, the doctor's like, hey, go up there, do it quick. 5B, tell me what room. And he just goes off on him. Beats him to damn death. 5B, 5B, 5B. And then heads upstairs. Of course, Foggy's still trying to call the police, and Karen just panics. At this point, Karen realizes, hey, maybe if I go back to Paula, he'll let me do him a couple times and he'll forget all this and won't kill everybody. So she hits him with the damn house plant, knocks his ass out. And she heads out the door. And of course, there's our fake Daredevil trying to go in the rooftop when Matt actually shows up there and starts to kick his ass. Eventually, you know, Karen does make it out of the building. Paulo catches her, and he's mad. You know, he says, you know, you're running out on me. But when he gets outside, the Kingpin's men who are waiting on her open fire on his ass, and they hit him a couple times. This has always been one of the coolest things in Daredevil, where he uses like the nerve punches and stuff to disable people's arms, the nerve hits and everything. And he does. He hits those psychopath in the damn neck. Finally knocks him out.
Cobra Kai on him.
Cobra Kai on him, yep. They don't necessarily kill Paula. They shoot his ass. And Karen thinks she's going to be killed. So at this point, she's like, one more fix, and I won't even feel the pain. So she goes through his coat and pulls out a damn needle of heroin, I guess it is. And she's going to shoot up, but she can't even find the damn vein. And of course, Paul is so mad he's going to kill her. And when he does, Matt manages to knock the gun out of his hand and then take out the other people, and she sees him. And then we finally get them together. I need to go back and look and see if after Born Again, does she stay around for any length of time, or do you remember?
Oh geez, I'd have to be able to.
I'd have to go dig them out.
I'd have to go through my bookshelf and get one of my DD omnibuses to check.
Yeah, I can't remember. I know by like 240 or something. She's not in the book, because then that's when he starts to date like what's her name, becomes Typhoid Mary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there he finally gets to Karen and saves her. And Urich is writing up the last thing. He tells about they found a unconscious psychopath who escaped from who was released from the hospital, nude on the rooftop. 2 officers have been killed. 2 hitmen. They've arrested Paulo on multiple charges. And he's like, Doris's neck still hurts, and she's taken to wearing a scarf around the house, but she can talk again. And he even laughs when he says that she sounds like Brenda Vaccaro. I don't know who that is. As for me, I told you I'm a reporter, and I'm going to find out where Matt Murdock is and what he has become. And then just because I had to put it in there, the cover for the next issue.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know it sounds stupid and then repeating it, but this is really one of the best comics ever written. And I haven't read it in so long, I forgot how good it was. It almost makes me want to go back and read like Dark Knight Returns, Year One, because Miller was at the absolute top of the game. This is so good.
Yeah, it just, it's just crazy. And if you look at like, the older, Copper Age, Bronze Age, like Marvel stuff, you got Frank Miller, John Byrne, Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
Just those 3. And then, add one more, and then there's your like, Marvel comic book, Mount Rushmore right there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is you've got those 3, and then, you still got at this time, because this is when they brought, Barry Smith back. Remember, he come back and did all those issues.
Yeah.
Same damn year, I think it was 86.
Yeah, and that was his Marvel Comics Presents run for Wolverine origin for Weapon X.
Yes. Yeah, the Wolverine origin, and then he did like 6 individual issues. But he did one in Daredevil, one in Iron Man, one in which one?
That Uncanny that we did.
Yeah, X-Men. There's like 5 of them, and they're amazing. So yeah, there was so much going on in the mid '80s in Marvel that it was crazy. I mean, and DC was no slouch, because in the mid to early '80s is when they had Crisis, and they relaunched everything. Because that's when Byrne left Marvel.
Yeah, Man of
Steel.
Went
over to do Man of Steel, which is one of the best Superman stories of all time.
Except for that Steve Rude one-shot with Hulk.
Yes. That's amazing. Another book that we've never talked about, if you talk about just classic stories like this, that's actually a little newer, but this is one of your favorite guys. Did you ever read Superman Confidential?
Yeah.
The art by Tim Style?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those are incredible books, and I find them in the dollar bin all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't understand.
I sold them all.
You sold them all? Why? Had to make room for something else.
Well, it's when I got rid of like those 8 long boxes.
Oh yeah.
Like I collected the Superman Confidential thing for like the first year.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I didn't have time to read anything, because at the time I had like sole custody of my daughter. And she was little. So I'm like, I'm trying to work and take care of her and, do fun stuff with her, and, still walking in grabbing like anywhere from $150 to $400 worth of comics a week.
Good God.
I had FOMO bad. I could have had an impressive looking collection of good quality stuff instead of all that new crap.
All the new stuff.
And I got rid of all of it.
There is still some good new stuff that come out. Like I said, and Superman Confidential, like I said, is a good story.
Yeah. Speaking of good new stuff coming out, did you see that Dynamite is doing what looks to be a serious badass take on Ghost Rider? Not Ghost Rider, Space Ghost.
Yes.
And I saw
amazing.
The first like 6 issues, and they even did a homage gold key cover.
Yes.
And I'm like, I want that.
Have you got, while we're talking about the dude again, have you got the Space Ghost he did for Comico, the one shot?
I'm not sure.
Oh.
I've got the Alex Ross Space Ghost 6-issue mini that he did for DC. Which, like most of the Alex Ross stuff, I just bought it for the covers.
You just bought it for the covers.
I bought it like as a complete set.
There you go.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I've got that.
Yeah. That's great.
I remember getting that.
Yeah. That is a great story. Good Lord, $30 now? Is it worth that much?
Let's get the wraparound. Oh, that's the Prestige one. So that was probably like a $6 book back in the day.
Look at that art, dude. It looks like you're watching the damn TV show.
Yeah. It's Brack.
Yes, it is.
I somewhere, if I still got it, I had like a little plushy Space Ghost figure.
Yeah.
With the cape, but it had like that little plastic thing, so they could like hang it on pegboard at the stores. So I'm like, I just got to take like a little thumbtack and push it in. But I've got one of the when they did that stupid Space Ghost Coast to Coast thing on
Come on now. You don't like Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
I thought it was hilarious. I hated the idea. I go, oh, because as far as like Cartoon Network used to ruin everything that they touched to like bring it back. You know, like because I used to watch like the '60s stuff on reruns on Saturday mornings.
Yeah,
not Sunday mornings rather. On like one of the Boston UHF channels, and I loved Birdman. Birdman, Galaxy
was
Trio,
awesome. Yeah.
You know, all that Hanna-Barbera stuff, and I was just like, I go, oh, Cartoon Network's got Birdman. They're going to put it on Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. I'm like, what the?
Come on now, you have to watch some Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. The one where he has to help Inch High Private Eye, or the one where the hippo guy is in love with the chick from the Galaxy Trio, and he kisses her, and his damn tongue goes all around her head. Blah, blah, blah. It's terrible.
I did eventually watch them, but I had to be. And
is that legal in your state?
It is now.
Damn it!
But not in my building because it's like government subsidized, like affordable housing stuff.
Yeah.
So if it's a building that's tied to anything federal, you're not allowed to smoke in it, like even on the property, which apparently doesn't stop my new trashy neighbors who love the ganja, but not enough to buy anything good. So I try to sleep in my living room as much as possible, because if I go in my bedroom to sleep, all I can smell is the cheapest mud hole skunk weed. I mean, I didn't even smoke that trash in college. It's like, what do you got? Skunk. Forget it. I'll stay skunk.
Damn it.
Like, but, you know, a lot of that stuff. So I saw Space Ghost, and I go, ooh, Space Ghost. I did get an update from Games Found, the platform that the presenters put the Fire and Ice game on.
Oh, did you?
And they're still trucking along on the. They're now working on the expansion module that I couldn't afford, and like more characters, minis for it and everything. So they're trucking right along. They've made a bunch of corrections, gameplay wise to the game, and you know made it like for like a smoother, easier, you know, play dynamic.
Yeah,
because
there's a lot to go in a game like that.
Yeah. I got an update from them for that, and I got an update from the UK company that is doing the Escape from Arkham Batman game, which is like another mini tabletop game.
Yeah. I haven't bought any big games like that because it's just like I don't have the space or the time. Nobody wants to put 4 hours into a game anymore.
Well, we do, but
yeah,
there's a couple of miles between us. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get the other issue up, and then we'll be back next Friday
for the fourth and final part.
Oh, boy.
And then we will move on to something else, not Daredevil.
Not Daredevil.
We're going to take a break from our favorite blind lawyer and do something else in a couple of weeks. So,
yes.
Which will not be a 4-part series this time. But
no.
We want to thank everybody for coming out and tuning in. Even all the lurkers over on X. We had a total of, let's see. We currently have 21 people watching us on X.
Well, that's good.
We have Wednesday night on Creators, we had like 27 people that tuned in live to the Shield stream for Wicked Chaos Comics. So it was fun just knowing that there's more people tuning into the lives now than there was. And we'll still like double or triple that by like Monday.
Oh, sweet.
Between X, Rumble, and YouTube. So, all right, we'll be back then. Everybody remember, read a book. And we like to thank everybody that has been listening and downloading the audio versions of both OK Boomer and Creators Outlet. Our downloads and listens for the combination of both shows currently this month is up over 350%. So we've got almost 400 downloads for the month. So not too shabby.
Glad it pays off. Somebody else besides us enjoys it.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say pay off. I refuse to take the money from it so far because I think it's like $21.50 since I started doing the audio podcasts.
Don't spend it all at one time.
Joe Rogan, I'm not. The closest thing we have in common is a bald head.
A bald head.
Yeah. So until next week, enjoy your weekend and hey, read a comic book.
Please, something.